for some boom, baby, boom, rise and shine. It's a morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the most is Marky, saying every morning I wake up and I'm blessed to be alive. Even the girl that keeps walking by with her hat not smiling, I'm smiling back. Even the guy that let me borrow his iron and took it back this morning, I'm smiling back. And this morning we're having this conversation. Even Kelly's in on it. Good morning, Frisbee. He said, "What?" And then I threw a frisbee at her and it hit her in her shoulder. And I said, "Kelly." And she said, "What?" Just like she did here. And again, another missed opportunity. So you can go anywhere you want. What's that? This is the only. It's just the intro. Everything else is subsonic. You already. No, I haven't. You're live. Boom. So yeah, every day I do my live, and this morning is no different. Like this morning, this guy's being a dick. This morning, this guy's being a dick. One time he was watching my shit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I watch your shit." Now he's being a dick about it. Some people aren't motivated. Just like the guy from Australia, he just walked by. I saw his morning. He said, "Where's my fucking iron?" And I said, "It's right here, bro. I had your iron here the whole time." He's like, "You own a business, buy your own." And I was like, "Bro, I did have my own 2 years ago, and somebody threw it out with my shit, and that's just the truth of it." And he was just like, "Give it back." Now, mind you, his iron was in somewhere like right here, like underneath, somewhere in the back. They don't even iron. He's selling his business. I'm trying to help him sell his business, but I don't think I'll be helping him much more after that. You know what I'm saying? This guy's over here telling me to be quiet for the morning motivation when he was on his laptop all night in front of everybody, but no one told him to get off his laptop and engage with people at the spot. I wake up this morning, there is no water. It's been leaking out of here all night long. I don't know what happened or what was going on, but right here, right now, this thing's been leaking somewhere from here. It was all under construction. You can see it's all wet underneath here. And now we got to deal with this. So, my morning motivation was to talk about not needing anyone, right? Not needing the approval of weirdos, not needing an iron from somebody, because I used to have my own iron. Or what if you didn't need any products at all? How would you respond to life? Like, you wouldn't go buy a purse, then all of a sudden that money would be back in your pocket. You wouldn't buy all this crazy clothing, all of a sudden that money would be back in your pocket. All of us have the opportunity to be product less, especially around Christmas. And most of us, we double down on our products. We double down on our anger, trying to control someone else's morning motivation as if you can control someone yelling. Bro, I've been hearing all sorts of crazy shit since I've been living here, man. Every morning I wake up and they do the laundry right next to my room. People walk back. The bathroom's right next to my door, so I hear everybody walking by. It's like annoying as fuck, but you won't hear me complain outside because I'm not in control. I'm not in control of people coming in on my live or using the toilet or being loud or whatever they do in the morning, whether it's a motorbike or a truck or you name it. I've heard it all in the morning, and it's just like I got no control over that, especially waking up like an asshole like this guy, knowing that I'm always on my morning motivation. Can you take your morning motivation somewhere else? He needs to move upstairs and stop complaining, because there's nothing you can do when you're living right on the street. Yep, that's the way it be. And that's what I meant to think. I think it's like all these powers, right? Like if this dude didn't have some kind of power over me for letting me borrow the uh, the the iron, you would think it's a non-combative thing. It's not like he's mowing the lawn and I took his lonely lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna be mowing the lawn anytime soon. He isn't gonna be ironing anytime soon. But he wanted to complain this morning and just be a dick about it. And that's what I think about Australians. They're just dicks. And now guess what? He gets kicked off the island because he has to go live in Australia to get his benefits, right? Like, you got to have morning motivation. You got to be, I think you got to be on Australia to get your pension. So it's all about money. Last night was even worse when I went to go get some food. Usually they front me. So how long did it take you this time? I was only on the island for one day. I went to Comoc with the model to take the photos. I was only there for one day, and already they were clocking me like, hey, how long is this going to take? Or this morning when I turned on the fan, someone came right behind me and turned the fan off. It's like there's a lot of hostilities right now. I'm not sure. The reason dude gets to chew me out this morning is because I borrowed his fucking iron. Now it's my job to find an iron from someone else that doesn't talk shit. Go get your own. You have your own business. Why don't you have your own? And I'm like, because I only used it a couple times. Every time you plug in an iron, you use it for 30 seconds and you don't need it anymore. What if I was to mow my lawn for one day out of the year? Should we all just get lawnmowers? Or are we gonna share our lawnmowers with our neighbors and say, hey, you can borrow it for this day and you can borrow it from this day? Instead of working together, what do? We double down on stupid and we say, okay, guess what? I'm gonna need you to buy your own chainsaw, buy lawnmower, buy your own shears and clippers, and then that's everybody on the block is going to own something. What's up, brother? Hello. Sawadee Kop. I see somebody in Thai say what's up. And then you're in your own scenario where everybody's out for themselves. Everything's got to work for them, or they got to like it this way, or everything has to work for them. It's just like, you know what, bro? There's nothing you're going to do to be able to stop me. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to stop time, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do to stop change. And that's what I'm saying. Embrace and drive change. My buddy, he hasn't embraced and drive his change, that he's on the front row of the street, and people are going to be opening up shops right next to him. Businesses are open, like life happens, whether we like it or not. We got to be ready to not need anything or need anyone for outside energy or perspective. Like, it was just so hostile this morning. I'm waking up and I'm like, good morning. Met one guy, he's like, yeah, here, have some tobacco so you can roll spliff. I was like, oh, super dope. The other girl, the cute girl I wanted to make a shirt for this morning, she rolled by with her bag. She's headed back up to Oasis because the other place is too loud for her. You can always move up there. You can always find a bungalow. Like my buddy said, you can always upgrade. It can't be cheap and quiet at the same time. You can't be fast and cheap at the same time. It's definitely not going to be done well if it's done fast. So this morning motivation was just to surround yourself and say, man, if I didn't need anything at all, about the only basics I need is water, food, and shelter. I do a pretty good job of doing those myself. But if you don't need any friends, or you don't need any money, or you don't need to borrow anything, you become your own entity. I think that's what most people are trying to do. They don't want to depend on anybody for anything because they don't want to hear the lip service of them in the morning. People just complaining. They're fucking up the morning motivation, and you can say, I'm not like that. I don't spend hours of my time on a laptop when I'm in a public setting for people to be around me. Oh, there it is. It's live again. Nobody's ever going over here going like, I got to get myself back in a power position where I don't need to borrow a fucking an iron from somebody, even if they're grumpy in the morning. All these people just fucked up my morning motivation, so being all grumpy face and hating life. And it's like, I never want to wake up that way. Wake up that way where I'm in verbal confrontation. I want to wake up that way where I'm grumpy and telling other people what to do. And I definitely don't want to wake up and all these products tell me what to do. So this is why we work all of our lives all year long to buy something for Christmas when you're going to forget it by New Year, and then it has so much power over you, right? We all spend so much time trying to buy something and like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I had a drone or an electric bike or this happened or that happened? We go into these realms in our heads thinking that the product, the external source of energy, is going to be what transforms me. And really what it is, it's just my perspective. I could feel my horns lower and be like, I should have fought with this dude. And then I said, you know what? He's right. I'll have my own iron, which I did have before. Didn't have to borrow it or hear anybody's lip about it in the mornings. You know what I mean? And then be my own man. Or when my homie finally moves out of this one below, taking the rooms above. When he's up above, he won't have to worry about hearing me go boom, baby, boom every morning, every day. When I was the only one that had the back of the bungalow, so there was no one to tell me quiet in the morning or even considerate of. They know what I do in the morning, whether they wake up early in the morning or whether they're happy or they don't like the sound or whatever it is. There's so many people out there that have their own mixed messages. You know what I mean? Like, they don't like waking up and being themselves. They're not greeting the world. They're greeting it with a cigarette in their mouth going like, another day. And I'm like, day one, bro. Day one to fucking live the best of my life. No money, fighting off my back and see what I'm going to make happen, Captain. Right. make something happen, even though I'm on the ground and the life is kicking me in the face and it doesn't want to give me any money or my business deals. I woke up this morning and one chick wanted to come in with her own. She asked me if I had a laser jet printer and she wanted to print just 32 stickers. And I was like, yeah, man, I keep having to give business over to FedEx Kinkos because life isn't fair like that, right? So it's one of those situations that all of us as people, right, have an ability to say how we're going to treat other people. Some people, like this guy's this morning, want to be a dick. Maybe they don't understand that I'll never deal with them again. Like, that's it. We don't ever have to talk. You go be free. You go do you, and I'm going to stay far the fuck away from you and your negativity. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you'll never get to see me again. I'll never help you to go sell your property. You never have to talk again. And just like the guy that's fixing the water right now, he went the whole season not talking to me. So when he's just only a couple words or acts more friendly to others, I see the two-facedness. I'm like, those are friends I don't need, right? These are things I don't need in my life. I don't need the negativity. I don't need the Indian giving, and I don't the pessimism, bro. Let's bless up one for the nation. No pessimisms, no assholes, nobody that doesn't know how to control their own self. I'm gonna go make my way into this world. Today is Friday. There's gonna be a badass party at Oasis, and I'm gonna live my life as if I have $1 million in my pocket, because my friends that really want me to shine, like my boy Matt Roker, the Magic Matt, hit me up last night. He's like, what's it even like being a fucking trust fund baby? And he's like, hold tight, Saint, I got you. I'm gonna send you a package. And I think he's gonna hook me up with some money so people don't treat me so powerlessly. When I eat at that restaurant every night, pay cash. The one day I ate, I said, I'll pay you tomorrow. Ended up going on for the model for one day, came back and they're like, make sure it's not a long time before you pay now. And then he said no. And they wouldn't even feed me. My only outlet to get food wouldn't feed me. And then last night, guess what? My friend's like, I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm like, I don't have any cash on me, bro. Can I pay you back later? He's like, oh, sure, no problem. I was like, cool. And sure as shit, that's what he did. And he ended up paying for my meal last night so I could eat. So my 3 bad habits, food, clothing, and shelter, they still reside in me. You know, I'm still a little bit needy, right? I'm still gonna need a little bit of love and affection and all these things. This is kind of like human connection. But for the most part, I think all of us has gotten to the point where we're just like, I don't need human beings. I need my video games, or I don't need love. I need my Birkin bag. Don't need a man, but I don't know how to communicate with men either. So that's what ends up happening for all of us. All of us are in this situation together. Come on, man. Come on, man. Put you right here like this. Perfect. And then all of us, hopefully you can still hear me, all of us in these situations have to figure a way around bad moods or people that are in your way or people that don't want to feed you. You have to figure out a way to be like, I don't need you, I don't need your product, and I will make it past this point type mentality. And this is me, this morning's motivation. I'm going to bless up real quick. It's now 15 minutes into the show. Join We Club, bless up, let's go. Yeah, man. Inhale the bullshit. Inhale the good shit. Exhale the bullshit, dude. I don't know what just happened this morning, but he knows I do the morning motivation every morning. When he first got here about like a week ago, he was all, yeah, man, I saw your shows, and how'd you like Finland? Now it goes, can you do your morning motivation somewhere else and fuck off? That's definitely not morning motivation. I've never had anybody do that to me before in my life. I've been doing this for 10 years. Nobody's ever said, can you fuck off? And then this morning I saw the guy walking his dog saying, hey, good morning. He's like, you got my iron? I was like, it's right here. You plan on returning it? I said, I did return it. I borrowed it twice. He's like, mate, if you got your own, go get your own, buy your own. And I'm just like, man, I had my own, bro. I had mine 2 years ago. Asked the girl to hold it with a ironing board, and she still threw it out. So depending on other people on this island is scary. You know, we are all on survival island here. If you don't have any money, people treat you like shit. And then the family across the street Family coffee's always friendly, always got their grandkids, always smiling, nice and quiet, no problems with them at all. Some people, like the Australian, he's always going to burn bridges. He's always going to talk shit. He's always going to talk down. I thought it was cool that he let me borrow the iron, and then now he's not cool. This morning motivation was introduced by a lot of hostility this morning, and I'm just going to stay away from all these people because I'm not trying to pick up their negativity. Let's talk about not needing any products on Christmas. The only thing that I need is my phone on so I can call my grandma for Christmas, talk to my mom, and that's it. Last year I gave up a whole season to come down here, and nobody gave a shit, dude. I bought everybody Thanksgiving, my whole family Thanksgiving meal, spent my money that I could have spent on a flight to Thailand, and nobody thanked me. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. What a waste of time. People noticed, you weren't here last season, were you? I'm like, no, I wasn't here. I went and chased a girl in Pittsburgh, and she broke up with me. Now I'm here. I went all in to go be with her, and then I lost the season. This is the life, you know? All of us just... I was just thinking this morning, what if you didn't need anything? What if the world is going to have infinite abundance? What if the robots start picking the vegetables and then they make them way better than any other human, obviously harvesting day and night without only needing to get plugged in? That would be awesome, you know? And what are we going to all do when now all these factories in China pumped out billions and trillions of clothes, they become trash. So now we got plenty of clothing, everything's made in abundance, and it's made by robots. What are we going to be fighting for, and what are we going to be working for? What are our actual human needs? Food, clothing, and shelter. And when those are covered, they're making houses now. They're making like whole ass factories that make houses. They bring the factory and it builds the house. It's fucking crazy, bro. So everybody will have a house, everybody will have food, and then what are you going to drive? What are you going to chase when you got abundance? You can just tell your robot to go make your clothing for you. Like, come on now, this is going to be intense. It's going to be... I don't know what's going on, my connect. Think about it. I don't know what's going on, my connect. Think about it. Like, those things that you've been chasing, the reason you get up and go to work, and you hate your job, but you want to keep your 3D printed robots, everybody will have a house, bro. Everybody will have shelter. And everybody will have food. Then what will you do? You know, that's the point. It's like they make us go to work, but they dangle all these products in front of us. Maybe it's a supercar, maybe it's a purse, maybe it's a clothing, and then all of a sudden, they're everywhere. Your robot makes your clothing, so you don't need that anymore. And now you don't have to pay rent because the robot built. You had a robot build you a house, and then now what are you going to do with yourself when you're not chasing rent and you're not chasing food? Those two things right there will free up human beings for a long time. Most people are harnessed to that fact that they owe a mortgage, which is a French word for a death note, right? You know, a mortgage, a death note, your mortality, the morgue, you know what I mean? And it's putting everybody so, nope. Go hang out with my friends, and then guess what? Dividends. So I'm about that life. Any moment my phone can pop and I can get $1,000 deal, and then I'm back in the game. And then I'm gonna throw them a food place, you know, $500. You can't say that I do. Can't say that I do. Oh shit! Somebody just messaged me. But yep, that's me, dude. I'm gonna just keep moving forward. KIM, keep it moving, and stay away from the hostiles and the people that don't understand me and don't understand what I'm doing and improving people's lives and being a positive force. These two birds are fighting in my life, and stay away from these negative forces that don't want to be cool in the morning, don't want to say good morning, and don't want to be in a good mood in the morning. Why would you be that way? Why would you be that way? I've heard it before from my buddy Miles when I was in Vietnam. I would be like, boom, baby, boom, good morning, Vietnam. He's like, oh, Mark's up. You know, it wasn't like, can you stop doing your morning motivation? Bro, some people are so unmotivated. It's not even funny. And it's not friendly either. So why would you act that way? Why would you bring that kind of energy out into the world? We're about to live in an abundant future. It's 2025 and robots are here, bro. Robots in our lives. Abundance and magic. That's what I want to believe in. That's what I want to believe in. I want to believe in the power of positivity. I want to stay away from everybody's negativity. I'm gonna do something with my life. So let's see if I can't get myself a morning motivation shake, a Saint special. Stay away from all these negative ass motherfuckers, and let's go get a blessed life. Because I'm not trying to stay around a stressed life. I want to be around my blessed life, and that's what we're gonna do this morning motivation. Stay blessed and stay away from the stress and the people that don't get it. They don't get it. They can move upstairs, and they don't want to be around the noise. Get off the street. And then I borrowed his iron. Well, guess what? I can borrow someone else's iron. You know what I mean? I don't need this shit. And that's the point. When you wake up in the morning, you want to be around people that are positive and get their morning motivation on, not their negativity, but their positivity, to bring forth that kind of energy instead of being a dick and trying to fucking bring people down. Our job is to bring people up. Our job is to give people abundance and stay away from all the bullshit and make it a reality. So that's what I'm gonna do this morning. Welcome to the city. Lonely Beach is open. Yep. And everybody's running around, but I don't see no smiles. All these beautiful people here on the paradise, and nobody's smiling. You know what I mean? That's fucking funny. That dude got all his bag. What's up, bro? Well, that's how I do it. I stay away from anybody that doesn't get it, and I make sure that I bring my positive energy into my life, so I don't have to be around people that don't get it. That was really weird this morning. Yep. Coughing up this lung still. It's the sickness. It still got me fucked up, so I'm gonna wake up, get my ass to the beach, go chill with my friends, do these things, because that's how we do it, We live this lifestyle on this planet together, and it's our jobs to bring that kind of energy, that which we were born with, into this world and light it up. That's what saints do. We light up the world. Where everybody else is being negative or hating their lives or don't want to be on live. When I wake up, I am alive. And that's why I do the morning motivation right when I wake up. I'm like, this is my mentality. I start pumping myself full of positivity, talking about things that I can achieve and things that I don't need. Good morning. And that's what we do in this morning motivation. We get it up and we stay up. We don't want this shit to be going on a downward cycle. Why would you want to do something like that, You want to be able to get your shit into reality, and that's what we're going to do this morning motivation. We're going to make it a reality. So let's get this guy his clothes. Let's say what's up to these girls, Here, bro, I'll get them for you. You need your laundry?
Yeah.
Good morning. Yep, good morning. Beautiful women everywhere saying hello to Marky Mark. Oh, honey. Laundry. She's right here. Yeah, no worries, bro.
Hello.
Fucking mustache is all over the place. So, yeah, in the days when you guys want to be weird or start off on a weird note, I want to make sure that my vibe is on a good side. I'm sure there's no water, but I can take a shower by the beach, and I'm sure there's no energy. No worries, bro. You would have been standing there forever. Yeah, that's what it is, So you gotta help where you can, right?
Yeah, she saw me, but she didn't notice me.
Okay.
But thank you.
Yeah, no worries, bro. No worries. Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah, bro. So that's me bringing my positivity and doing my thing. People picking up their laundry. taken off. Let me be of service. Let me be of help. Let me be somebody that's adding to life instead of taking away from it. And that's really what it is. You know, a lot of people, I could be up there grumpy, be like, I got no money, I ran out of money, I'm fucking hostile, I'm gonna start arguing with people, and I'm just like, nope, here's your iron back, bro. Thank you for letting me borrow it. I didn't need the ash chewing. I didn't need your Australian problems. They've always got problems with Australians. They're just so condescending, and I can't stand it. So, look, you let me borrow your thing. Thank you for letting me borrow it. Here's it back. I didn't steal it. I borrowed it twice. I brought it back. I'm not a thief. Thank you for letting me borrow it. Let it sit on the shelf and collect dust like it did before. I was the only one using it to put some action in it. But if you want to make a enemy out of an iron, then go ahead, right ahead. I'll want to stay far away from you and anything that you do, and be free from mental instability and people that don't love their lives and don't want to do something to help their lives, but only want to destroy life or complain about life. I got nothing for you, bro. I got nothing for you. Haul ass. That's what we're gonna have to do. Yeah. Yep. You're gonna have to get that concrete up the hill, bro. You're gonna have to get that concrete up the hill. And that's what it's like. It's like a heavy load going up a steep hill, and that's what I feel like I'm fighting against, is all these motherfuckers and their negativity. It's me and the heavy load of everybody's negativity going up a hill and fighting up the hill and making something out of nothing. So negative people won't be trying to kill my shine. I'm gonna fucking get up every time and be the shine that I want to see in my life. Come on, this guy. And even watches the show. Why would you be like that? So, you know, some people's kids, I'm sure we'll get into it later, have that conversation. But yeah, I'm going to be the one that stays away from the people that don't get it, get closer to people that do, keep my message alive and keep it in my heart. And that's what we're going to do. So, all my heart from the start. Your boy Marquis Saints Addiction, peace and love, and as always, Chi-Gatan. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe. The other side of your fear, other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. Peace. And just like that, it becomes a quiet road again. Lonely beach, bitches. I'll see you guys. Peace.